Ugh. That's kind of that noise, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. Something like that. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, amoeba, what do I want to say? Trilobites, truncated forms across the world. Welcome to the KotoKai
Compadres.
Workbench.
Hola.
Number 140. It is me and myself and Paul as well. Thank God, because if it was only the two of me, that'd be too many.
On this fine Cinco de Mayo Thursday.
Hey, that's right.
Long
I forgot to put my... Yes.
The Battle of Puebla.
There you go. I don't know. I was going to say, I was going to put my fat pants on for the holiday, Cinco de Mayo. Though I was always more... I was more prone to mat gears than I was to Jenkos. Or kickwear, I suppose. Cinco de Mayo? Nah, bad joke.
Jenko?
You got it.
What's up, people?
Yeah, so many people out there. Manny has been chomping at the bit, clawing at the fucking, steaming up the window with his breath.
What are you guys doing?
What's going on this side?
I see Ty, Lorenz, Jeff. Jeff, I had a question for Jeff. On Instagram, the Zaku that you're working on, the 3D printed one, do they make either a, I guess you could probably scale it, but I've seen one that looked exactly like yours, dimension wise and everything, but it was 1/100. I was curious about that. It popped in my head. I was like, hey, I know his is way bigger. Yeah, 160.
No, it's like
120?
It's like 135th or something dumb like that. It's really big.
The proportions though, and the design of it looked very much like his. But it was all in Japanese, but it's in kanji, but it said 1/100.
I imagine you can scale it.
Yeah, right. But I didn't know if they made like a resin kit or if that was based off something.
Yeah, because Jeff's is based off of the art, like concept art.
Yeah,
and it's a 3D model, and I imagine that builder probably just scaled it down.
It's the Desert Zaku, right?
I don't know if it's a Desert Zaku. It's
Slicer, but as delivered, it was 1/135th. 1/135th. Sorry, not 1/135th. Okay. Yeah, I could probably find it at some point. And do the Google Translate.
Just a little bit bigger than a high grade.
There's the hair.
1 to 1/35th.
1 to 1/35th.
Oh, one of those like weird, obscure model sizes, like 1 to 25th scale automobiles. Yeah.
Well, yeah, 1/32.
They do make some 1 to 35th scale airplanes, which is cool. Because they border models actually has them, and they're the same size as scale tanks and armor, so you can use them for diorama, which is pretty cool, right? At least I thought
cars. I thought it was weird that they offer 120 and 124. Like they seem so close together that like you
and like 112, right? Like so bizarre.
It's bigger than a high grade Zaku. Yeah, if I can find it, Jeff, I'll send it to you. I didn't. It said 1/100. I was like, what is that? That looks just like his. But
I had a dream that I was putting together like a big dom, and it was like tremendous in size. What? How big?
A big old dom,
like legal pad sized foot, like 11 by 17. Yeah,
120 scale.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I don't know. It was a dream. So what do you expect?
It was all
I had a dream. I have a dream of a giant, a giant resin dome.
It was all a dream.
I used to read Word Up magazine.
How is the Kshatriya going? Miguel would like to know.
It is still on my bench for now. I am in. I got real busy with the shed because some of you guys know out there that I'm building a shed, 1-to-1 scale, and
Ooh.
so I've been working on that most of my free time. So like my weekend and my days off, is definitely spent doing that. I have been noodling around with a Kshatriya a little bit to the point where I realized that I have to do a lot of fucking work on the model to make it where I want it to be. I went out and I purchased several. I don't know if I talked about this, but I purchased several gauges of wire. This is all copper wire for doing jewelry stuff that I can use to redo all of the piping that exists in the surface detail because it is terrible, for lack of a better word. I'm going to have to go in and carve out a lot of portions of the resin that were designated for venting areas and rebuild vents to install because the cast and the material is so poor that it's impossible to make it look good. So I'm just going to fucking do that. And let's see. Yeah, that's what this kid's looking like. It looks like this is going to be a very long-term project, but it's going to be super duper worthwhile in the end, and that's okay, right? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's all a race, but I'm not trying to get to the finish line. I am enjoying it, and I do really like all of the work that I've done so far. So, yeah, so far it's coming along. It's coming along great. Yeah, progressing and making decisions, doing good stuff. I've got some things coming in the mail that I ordered last weekend. They should be here tomorrow, for a World War II diorama that I've been thinking
Nice.
about. Yep, that's pretty cool. Excited to have that stuff come in the mail. Oh shit! Speaking of things that came in the mail, I got this book right here. I'm gonna make myself bigger. Boom. This is the Models for Ukraine book by Inside the Armor Publications. My buddy Chris Meddings. And you can pick one up if you go to Inside the Armor Publications. This is all charity proceeds. It's all, dude, it's fucking amazing. It's all donated work by the artists and donated, sponsorship from the various people that did the work, and different companies. The printing was done super duper cheap, but it's all like these amazing models, all done. They're all Ukrainian companies, and the work is all absolutely mind blowing. The book is not expensive, and almost all proceeds go to relief funding. Oh, here's one by Will. This is Will Patterson's tractor dozer. Like, so
Good.
nice.
Super cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. The models are so good in this book. It's worth every freaking penny, and all those pennies like literally go to help out from the crazy thing that's going on right now. So, if you can go to Inside the Armor Publications, get yourself a copy of this book. It's fucking stellar. I highly recommend it. It might take a little bit to get to you. Mine's sat in customs for like a week. Customs. Also in the mail I got from Inside the Armor, Perfect Pits, which also features Chris Meddings, Will Patterson, Tom Annies, and Jaron Veen, and it's all just like how to take your cockpits to the next level for your aerial planes and stuff. Super great, really good. Also a very good book to get a hold of. Continue on with mail call. I sent Chris Collins sent that crazy kid, Chris Collins. I finally sent him out his goof, and I felt so bad for taking so long to send it to him that I sent him a constellation kit out of the stash. A good kit. Chris is a good friend, so I wanted to send him a good kit, and he got it. It was a gym dominance, fucking amazing. I'm so glad that he went to him because he's gonna appreciate it and build it and love it, and that's really what the hobby's all about. So he sent me a revenge package, which I got today, and it has this in it.
I think it's wild looking.
No shit. This thing. It's insane. So I've always wanted a Games Workshop larger model to build.
Yeah.
I've never picked one out because there's so many, and I don't know, whatever. This is a godsend to be able to have this cool ass model to get to build and paint up and do fun shit with. There's so many cool things, like there's like fucking crazy spirits and tomes and like all this cool shit. I'm super stoked, really excited. Thank you, Chris. You kick ass. You're probably not watching it now, but still, you catch up to it, and it's nuts. I opened it up and looked at it, and like it's just cool. It's just so cool and so different, from the stuff that like, yeah. So
I love watching people hand paint those. I think it's such a cool, like when someone's really good at that, it's such a a cool thing. So many layers to it, compared to like in Gunpla modeling, I mean, you prime and stuff like that, but like, we don't typically do like 17 shades to bring out depth like that because, that means the panel's flat. Yeah, you can, but I mean, it's just not typical. Like you don't see it a lot. And you don't see hand painting a whole lot either. Like it's not.
No, you don't.
People do it, but it's not common.
It's rough with the Gunpla and Mecha because it's such like a lot of like flat pattern, a lot of flat panels, big spaces. Really, when you're thinking about it, like these things are all like cool contours and areas where you can add different shades and glazing tones and really bring out the depth. Jeff couldn't tell the size. Yeah, Jeff, it's big. It is quite big. Tyrannid, says John Lynn. Sure. I don't know. It's a cool ass like Lich Lord thing. What's it say? Supreme Lord of the Undead. I don't know. It kicks ass. It's gonna be fun. I look forward to building it. Might have to make some wings for it though. I like making wings.
Wings.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Kits are coming in the mail. So it's the model diorama that I'm looking at building is of the Ardennes, which is the Battle of the Bulge in World War II. If you guys don't know about what that is, do just a quick Google search or like search on YouTube. They'll find like a really quick overview of what was going on. Then I'm not going to go explain it all. But I had this great idea. I got this cool, basically a MOOC from Barnes and Nobles of photographs and this kind of like the tale retelling of the Battle of the Bulge. And within it is a bunch of these amazing like photos of all these poor soldiers, like super duper, like just snowed the fuck in, right?
Ugh.
And like, yeah, it was ridiculous. Like the whole shit was fucking ridiculous. Beyond like just the ridiculousness of the whole thing, like the war and everything, but like that actual battle and that attack, the whole of everything. So I came across this cool image here of a disabled tank, and with a little help from my friends, I figured out what kind of tank it is. I thought it looked really cool. And so I ordered it, and it's coming in tomorrow. That and a tractor of the similar era, and I should have got a French tractor. I got a German tractor, but I should have got a French tractor. And yeah, anyways, so I've got that, and then I've got my my half track. So I'm gonna do this big diorama for like next year's model shows. Maybe I can hopefully get to Nats next year and take that through then too. Should be pretty cool. But I've got a great idea, and I'm looking forward to it. Some of the stuff's coming through tomorrow. Battle of the Bulge. That's a biopic about me, says Jeff. Nice.
Supreme Lord of the Undead. His mother calls him Timmy. Timothy.
Of course. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it. And yeah, there's also a reality television show called The Battle of the Bulge about weight loss. So don't be surprised if you find that too.
Of course, it's reality TV.
I usually look for stuff dealing with the Ardennes, and that really like ties it all together. Oh, something else that ties that shit together. My father-in-law was visiting me on Tuesday, and we were outside talking as I was working on the shed, and I brought up the diorama and the incoming models, and he shared a little bit of information with Colleen, my wife, and I about his father who fought in Battle of the Bulge and stormed Normandy, which is actually really amazing. He doesn't talk a lot about that stuff, so it's cool to get a moment to find out some more insight and kind of like get a little closer piece of history. That shit. It's really cool. That stuff's all around us.
Yeah.
History. What are you doing, Paul? When was the last time you touched a model? Son of a bitch.
It's been a little bit, man. It's been a little bit.
No, I bet. I'm busy. How's that 1-to-1 scale pool coming along?
It's a big hole right now with a whole lot of dirt in my backyard, but it's moving.
There's some framing, right? There's some framing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got framing, and I forget what they call the board stuff they put up, like that they spray against. There's a term for it. I just can't think of it right now. Foam board, but it's not foam. I don't know where they came up with that name. But anyway, going well. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping to get into something actually earlier this week, but work had other plans.
So John Lynn says, have you found a frozen caveman yet, a la Encino Man? And I want to say, did you find any Indian burial ground skeletons coming up to the a la Poltergeist?
I found both.
It was
an Indian burial ground frozen in ice. It was
an Indian burial caveman.
No, not yet. But I'm not hand digging myself, so maybe the contractor did. I don't know.
He's like, it's gonna poke that one back down.
I think he just found a whole lot of
over
sand
there. Like, yeah, it is
a whole lot of sand.
No pirate treasure. No.
No. Yeah, maybe some. I don't know what you would find in the ground here. Water at a very low level. just a handful of feet down.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Typhuria says, my uncle took me gun shopping when I was young. This older Japanese man came up to me, told me how to hold a gun and position my body, and he says, I know. I was in World War II. Okay, that's cool. Japanese fought on both sides of the war, and a lot of them in America were put in internment camps, which is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
What? Get the fuck out. Hockey. Sorry.
The Rangers, the game over already?
I don't know. Our goalie just got laid out by those shitty fuckholes, the Pens. They just got him. Apparently, they just got him to stand up. He was behind the net, and someone came through and pele'd him. I hope that they cut the person's foot off. Fuck that person. Maybe just like every other toe on both feet. Maybe not cut the whole foot off, then they can still kind of walk around. Well, hopefully that person gets kicked out of the fucking NHL and fined $100 million. Super important.
Sports.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not. It sucks because of personal injury. If they're going to go ahead and be shitty players and break the rules and injure like the goalie, which is like that's like going and kicking the coach in the head. Like, what the fuck? You know? If you're gonna do that, then you deserve all the corporal punishment available. Like, go ahead. Fuck off. You signed your own warrant, man. Get out of here. I'm fine with that. No, I mean, like me, like, no, it sucks, and you know, whatever. Like, yeah. But I'm not down with it. You don't play dirty. I don't fight dirty. I might hit really fucking hard, but I don't fight dirty. Paul's like, I need a drink. Jesus Christ. Give me some of this LaCroix.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, kids.
Hey, at least I'm drinking rum. We have new tacos.
Cinco de Mayo, like tangerine LaCroix.
Well, did you put vodka in it, Paul?
I didn't.
Curses. I need to get you a vodka dispenser for that.
Tell
workbench.
the Rangers to step Team Penguins.
Seriously, John Lynn.
How do you pick your sports teams, John Lynn? Do you just like throw it?
I don't know. She's way the fuck closer to those assholes, the Bruins. Yep. I mean, if you're gonna like root for a crappy team, root for the Sabres. At least they're Upper New York. Like,
fair enough. I don't know.
She's biased because she met the players.
Which guy?
I don't know. As little as I followed sports growing up, I have become such the fucking like diehard New York sports fan because of my wife. Not gonna lie. And I'm real like on it for the team. Like sometimes I am like to the point where she's like, yo, chill out, man. Like
so, I spent summers in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
In Pittsburgh. She's like, yeah, working in the steel mill. Summers in Pittsburgh working in the steel mill.
Eating hot dogs.
Eating steel. It's a lot of cadmium in my diet. It hasn't affected my brain whatsoever.
I'm not even sure what a Pittsburgh accent sounds like. I'm trying to think of like what is there anything distinguished?
I know, actually I know a couple of people from Pittsburgh, but I can't like, I mean, I don't even have like a normal accent for anywhere, you know, right?
Nah, it's region neutral.
I am, yeah, I'm ridiculously neutral. Maybe I'm an alien. I don't know. Maybe I'm an android. Nah, I bleed. I'm not an android.
I had a lot of pierogies.
That has absolutely nothing to do with Pittsburgh. And the greater Polish community frowns upon you.
Pierogies.
from my wife, who is half Polish, and my father-in-law, who is 100% Polish.
I really don't think there's an accent. There has to be an
accent.
Don't
think there's an accent? There is, though. No, there totally is an accent.
I just can't think of...
we could probably look it up, but I'm not about to get copyright infringement for playing someone else's like play of their video of the voice. The voices. The good androids are the ones that can bleed. Shh. Just trying to get them off my trail. Nah,
There's a large Polish community in Pittsburgh. There's a large Polish community in New York. Why aren't you a Rangers fan? Like,
yeah, in Queens, there's a huge one. They're not all Mets fans either.
As one shouldn't be.
Look, okay, I realized the Mets are useful, okay? There needs to be a team that is good for the first 3 to 4 weeks of the season, and then just bombs for the rest of the season.
There's second-class citizens everywhere, and they need a baseball team to root for too.
Wow. Yeah, the Padres.
Hey, the Jet fans have to have a team to root for.
Does Toledo still have a team? Like,
That the Bruins suck. That they do. That they do.
the Bruins. It's a mix. There's some good players on there, but there's some really shit players on that team. Yeah. What it boils down to me more so is like,
fuck it, Marchand.
Yes, Boston sucks. Yes, dude, fuck Marchand. Marchand can get fucking broke. That guy is a waste of air.
Eat shit, Bergeron.
What's that? Rangers won? Fuck yeah, Rangers won. Get broke. Marchand, that little shit. Oh man, I want to break his nose so bad it looks normal. I've had a lot of vitriol for that, man. It's weird when like you have like unnecessary vitriol versus like a celebrity sports person, right? Like, why the fuck do I even care about this person at all? Like, is that it? Like, yeah, fuck off. Like, it's pointless, I know. And it's fleeting too. Like, how often do I think about any sort of grudge that I have against any one sports team or individual within the sporting realm? Maybe 0.1% of my entire year.
Tom Brady can get bent. I'm so tired of him. I don't care about
but he's got the twinkle. Ding! Doesn't he do Hertz commercials now? Doesn't he like do Hertz ads now? Let's go. I think he does. Oh, she is trapped in the Patriot zone. It's thing. It's rough. Paul's down there with what's down in Florida? You got the Panthers. You've got
Panthers won tonight.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They always do.
Or they're winning. I'm sorry. I think they're in the third period right now, but they're winning like 5-1. So
nice. Who
that looks promising.
I don't remember.
Capitals.
They're playing against the Caps. Man. Think about the Caps. The Caps are good, right? Like, that's a team where like you can like be like, oh, the Caps, but you're like, God, they're so good.
Yeah, we have the Panthers, the Dolphins. We like animals. The Marlins.
Yeah. The Lightning.
The Heat. The Lightning are in Tampa.
Yeah. They're pretty good too. There's a lot of former Rangers on the Lightning. Ryan Callahan specifically from Rochester, New York. It's on Rochester on the Lightning. Yeah. He was the Rangers captain for a while.
And this week is Formula in Miami.
Ooh, speaking of Formula have you been looking at any Formula models?
No. Those things come out so infrequently. Like, it's maybe one every 2 or 3 years. So I have a good amount of like what I like. There was like 1 or 2 that were pretty hard to find.
Did you get some Formula One models?
Yeah, I have 4 or so.
Oh, I didn't know you already had some.
Like from here to here.
Is that the top? Nice.
Yeah, Formula One, and then there's the plane that you sent me, and then the box of the Barbatos that's like half built.
Gotcha.
I as well do very much enjoy Formula One, Lorenz. I didn't get tickets this weekend because they were insane. Like $3,000 or something like that. It was insane.
That's nuts.
Like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's like.
So I will watch it on TV.
That's like 2 decent used cars that you could drive around and just destroy. Like,
yeah, it's
you have your own Formula One. Like, what the fuck?
It draws a lot of people though. Like, I think it was last year in Austin, they had 350,000 spectators for the race.
Well, you get a lot of like, don't you get more like aristocratic or like wealthy individuals that watch Le Mans and Formula One and shit like that? Like,
yeah, I mean, like internationally, racing in general too also has a lot of where corporations buy tickets and like use them as you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
to
Promotional
send your
shit.
clients, yeah, promotional
Exactly. Yeah.
stuff. But still 350,000 people for a sporting event is wild. Like,
It's really impressive.
the biggest anything else I can think of that large in the United States would be like a really big college game would have 100 to 120,000.
Right. And it's odd to think that college is bigger than like professional, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah, the stadiums just are a little bit larger. Most professional stadiums are under 100,000.
Especially, yeah, because they cost so much to run. When you get out into those big stadiums, they aren't very accommodating.
Well, there's also like when you think about where like big college stadiums are, they're not necessarily in like major cities, whereas professional sports are. Right,
they're
like
in like fucking Nebraska and shit.
Right, like some of the biggest ones are in
have
like
a huge stadium
for like Michigan and Ohio State. I mean, Columbus is not, New York City or LA or something like that, trying to fit 120,000 people in a stadium in LA.
The Badgers have a pretty decent stadium, and they're just in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, right? University of Florida, Alabama, LSU. They have big stadiums, but they're in places that are they're mostly like college towns. Yeah, you're not going to build 100,000 seat stadium in Miami, especially like the Dolphins don't even really play in Miami. It's like just
property taxes,
like just in the edge of Miami.
Get out of here! Property tax is ridiculous.
Yes, I'm gonna one of the Formula One models will be coming soon. I think I have like 2 or 3 projects to finish up, and at my current rate, that'll be like 10 years from now. But I do really want to build one just to see what it's about.
Hell yeah, me too, man. I've been looking at them, and
the details are cool.
I haven't pulled the trigger, and that is really it. It's the fucking details.
Yeah, super detailed. Same thing with like the cockpits, like in the planes. People go crazy with the cockpits and cars.
Yeah, like that book. Holy cow! Yeah. There's some shit in there where like, dude, like drills out like. But you saw that I saw like there. I showed maybe the first picture I showed had like a picture of like a Dremel vise, and the guy's like drilling out all of these like switches on the molded resin, like 3D printed resin add-on to add extra switches and shit that are like 3D printed switches that are even higher detail. So he's like
we need switches
stuff and like, no, but it looks amazing. It's like mind-boggling. High, like how incredible it is, and just like it's just time. And
I love watching videos where people are working on that, right? And they have the lens zoomed in, so you're looking at it and you're like, wow, that's crazy detail. And then they zoom out and you see like what they were just working on. It's like the tip of your finger.
Like, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh my god. No, and I've worked on a couple of models, but not like planes, recently. But they've been big. I haven't worked on anything small at all. Like, and these guys are crazy. Wow, amazing.
It's also cool to have something like reference that you can look at, because obviously Gundam, I mean, you can look at line art and stuff like that, but it doesn't exist. Like there is no, to say like,
you don't have a real
right. But it's so cool sometimes when people take, the planes and they're like, not only is it just a plane, but it's like this specific plane, like, oh, here, we're going to put these markings on it. They do that in Formula One car, like in models, you'll actually see like what it was supposed to look like after a particular race, because they changed some of the aerodynamics.
Right. For, like the way the races rub and like the Mars from like rubbing on cars and rubbing on the rails and shit. That's cool.
Super cool.
Fun. Yeah, you get a lot of that with armor modeling, like people finding specific destroyed tanks or specific machinery that is like, then essentially photo replicated in reality. That's amazing. There's some really cool stuff out there. If you guys that are watching right now, there's just a handful of you, I realize, but if you guys don't listen like all the podcasts, or like if you listen to our podcast, mine and the guys that Built Sideways podcast, which Paul's been a guest on, you can check us out, but you can also check out a bunch of other cool modeling podcasts on skillmodelpodcast.com. Not skillmodelpodcasts.com. And you can one in particular that I urge you to go and listen to is the Sprue Cutters Union with Chris Meddings, Tracy Hancock, and Will Pattison. Those guys are great. I haven't listened to like the first like maybe 8 episodes, but I've listened to everything after that. I've been like kind of working my way back, but it's all really, really good. They have a really like no bullshit take on different things, and they talk a lot about the science of stuff. Like Will's an engineer, and Tracy and Chris are both artists and have been skill modeling for such a really long time, and like scratch builders, and like super proficient and very well spoken about the shit. So go listen to them specifically because they kick ass. Yeah, appreciate them.
What's up, Thomas Staten? How's it going, bud?
What up, Thomas 10? How's it going? I need to get a drink. I'm gonna go grab a PBR. I'm drinking redneck.
Yeah. Nothing says Cinco de Mayo like American redneck beer. That's how it goes. They go together. So, how about you guys? Is anyone working on anything cool? Obviously, I know Jeff. We were talking a little bit earlier about what he's working on. I'm sure Jay is goopifying something right now.
Oh, Jay, I want to talk to you about getting you a kit that you want, a model you want. So DM me. I'm just made a decision within the last like 3 days. I'm gonna start getting rid of my backlog.
Yeah. Time to dwindle down.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've been holding on to a lot of stuff, and I have a lot of things that I've gotten within like the last couple of years that I have like honest plans for, and I keep getting new kits. So I'm holding on to a lot of stuff that things that I'll keep, but like I had to come to Jesus moment. I gotta like
narrow down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of stuff that I probably like wouldn't buy again.
Right.
You know, because especially like when I first got into the hobby, I would watch like the anime and then I'd be like, oh, I like this, and this. And I'd buy whatever. And this is way before COVID. So you could get almost anything for MSRP. So, you know, I was like, oh, I'm watching Zeta. So let me get a Zeta 2.0, a Mark II 2.0. Let me get, you know, this, that, and the other. So I'd buy like anything I could buy. And it would just all go on the shelf. I'd move on to the next anime. I'd do the same thing. It was all master grades. And now looking back, I'm like, I have that kit, but it's not something that's like inspiring to me. I'm not like, oh, I had to have this kit. It's just kind of like, I have it. So that's, I think, where my purchasing really slowed down over the last 2 or 3 years, where I was like, nah, I'm just really into like what catches my eye, not so much. Just
like, and like,
oh, it's new, I have to have it.
You get more like now. It seems to me like you've been getting more, aside from just being more refined. You've also been acquiring things that are like more specialty. Like you've gotten some of the really nicer kits that I have wished that I could have gotten. could have been able to, but
the if I buy new kits, like the stuff that comes out now, it's either a design that really interests me, or there's something about the kit itself that's like maybe unique, or the engineering I'm just curious about. You know, I'm like, oh, like I remember when the Barbatos came out, I was like, oh, after I watched a couple of people's reviews, I was like, man, that frame just looks crazy. I want to see all those moving parts. I'm going to buy one.
Yeah.
The PG Unleashed was like that. Like I didn't buy it at first. When it came out, I was like, another RX-78. I saw a couple people build it, and I was like, whoa,
damn, right?
I want that.
Agreed. I really want to build it. I'm super stoked for what's coming up for me.
Stash members need friends. Yeah, Jeff, you need more.
Yeah. Oh. Cool. Well, we'll talk, Jeff. Yes, Julius, what's up? I'm not getting rid of anything that Julius gave me. Should just let you know. I'm only getting rid of older stuff that I've had since like the beginning.
Ty, is that the Darling in the Franxx Strelitzia? If so, that's cool.
I don't know that one. Wait, Lorenz is customizing Ava Unit 13. 13.
Customizing on the Ava frame unit 13? Oh, cool. The frame itself, or
Ty says yes.
yes, Julitia.
It's like a G frame, but Ava. That is interesting.
It's pretty shoddy. I wouldn't recommend it.
The motorized struts.
I don't. Did anyone make like a nice version of that mech? I don't remember.
I never watched the series, so I don't even know what you're really necessarily talking about. But
It's mech, but
I think I've seen some of
they're
them.
they're very stylized, more like like 5-star stories,
right?
Maybe even like more.
I was watching
animated than that.
I was watching one of those size comparison videos, and one popped up.
Yeah, they're bigger than.
They're big.
Yeah, they're bigger than Gundams, but I don't think it's as big
like
as an
twice
Ava.
as big as a Gundam. Well, Avas are weird because Avas change in size depending on what's going on. Avas are like somewhere between 70 and 100 meters tall or something like that. So, yeah, no, Julius, actually, I was just talking about a diorama that I'm going to be working on soon for this next coming year of model stuff. From the Battle in the Ardennes, I'm going to be using a bunch of the cool shit that you gave me with that model drop that you dropped me, and it's super helpful. Grateful for it. Thank you. Very stoked. Plus, I have this kick-ass fucking Rocketeer that's gigantic, and I now, as soon as the shed is done, I will have a place where I can actually fucking work on it. That's the problem with big things like that, is I didn't really have a space, because like I'm here in like the office, like I only have from here to the wall over this way of the room. As you can see, I occupy more than my half of the room most of the time, and it's super duper unfair for my wife. So I need to like, the shed is going to be super clutch for me being able to like do some stuff, spread out a little bit, get out of here, give her a chance to write.
Yeah.
It would take a lot of work to get this kit to look good. Definitely a lot of gluing and seam line removal. Stock painted parts have bleed. So yeah.
That's tough. Now that I think, I was just looking at Good Smile made a version of that kit as well. I don't know if it's any good, but that would probably be the one I would be interested in.
Interesting.
But, although I actually liked the anime quite a bit, but the designs don't really do anything for me. So probably not. How's the Kashatri?
It's so funny how little beer cans look in my hand. Oh my god. Will the ship bring back the molding and the casting operations? You bet your sweet ass it will. And I believe Kyle is sending me his old 3D printer. So I'm going to have a 3D printer as well out there. It's already been tertiarily insulated in the floor. I have like 2-inch R14 foam in the floor with an air gap below the gasketed flooring. Like, I know how to build shit. And then the walls are all getting foam as well. And then I have one window now and the door and a skylight going in. And then ideally we're gonna sneak power out there through the means of like a lighted footpath. And then I'll sneak power out to the space. Eventually we want to up the amperage in the spot so that I can pull like a TIG welder in out there and definitely run all my various machinery, compressors and table saws and whatever I need to run. So yeah, it just takes some time. I did. I built the yeah. No, I've been working on it like for the last 2 weeks. I had some help the first weekend and the first Tuesday from my good friend Andre and my sister-in-law's boyfriend, fiance. So Tim, buddy Tim, came over on Tuesday, helped me out. Got griped out by the neighbor who was super wasted and came over with like the biggest malt beer I've ever seen in the world, like in his hand, just like staggering around, like yeah, and I'm like, get out of here! What are you doing, man?
Let me show you how to
Shit.
build something.
You don't. Only certain people get to build stuff around here, you know. Like I got 10 brothers backing me up and this and that. I'm like, dude, don't try to talk your gang bullshit with me, man. Don't jerk me around, bud. Nah, I'm just sinking nails the whole time up on the roof with my fucking 22-ounce framing hammer, just like sinking nails in the putting sheeting down on the roof, and this guy's bitching at me, drunk off his ass. Just like, go home, man. Go home, you're drunk. Like, good day, sir.
You're drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should, Julius. I've been I post them in the I've actually been posting pictures in the Scale Modelers critique group. Yeah, I'll share a little folio. Yeah, I haven't been doing any on the IGs either. But yeah, it's been fun building it all from scratch. My own design. It's funny. I went into Home Depot and I ordered the materials, and the girl was like, why aren't you just like buying a kit? And I was like, because that's not how you get a good shed. Like, and it's cheaper like than buying one of those fucking kits, and it's stronger. And it's everything that I want.
Someone asked earlier if you're gonna weather it.
No, dude, I live on the shore.
Natural weathering will happen over time.
Just you wait. It's sandblasted, like literally sandblasted by the storms that pick up the sand and blast.
He's going to use the salt chipping technique after a while.
So what I'm painting it with is exterior grade enamel, so it's meant to last. I'm not fucking around. I do got to change the tone. Right now it's a brighter blue than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit more gray. That's okay. Sometimes your color match isn't quite right. It's hard. And I did not buy enough paint. I don't know why I thought that would be enough paint. It's like, I did the math. It's like, you asshole. OPR the shed, no. OPR in the shed. And actually OPR here at the workbench, because it's delicate. I'm not trying to fuck around with oil paints out there. I do want to get an air filter for this room because my gloss coats have been getting inclusions, and with the amount of like sand and dirt and dust from the locals as the season progresses, I'm going to definitely need to do something about that. Improve the air quality inside, especially if we have the windows open. At least while I'm painting. And I need to employ like some sort of cloche to, cover my stuff when it's glossed and it's drying. Right? Like a lot of people will use like Tupperware, like an upside down Rubbermaid Tupperware with holes drilled in the sides so that the air can still vent out, but then like dust doesn't fall on top of it and settle on top of your gloss coat. So just things to think about.
Yeah, you need like a drying oven. Like a drying incubator, but that's too big.
Yeah, I don't have space for that kind of stuff. I'm thinking like something that I can just like passively use. It's like a way to lock, almost like a closet or something to lock the stuff in while it dries, like a drying cabinet, right? But without the, we don't necessarily need that. Do I have good ventilation for the 3D printing? Yeah, it'll be outside, essentially, in the shed. So it will be
later, Jeff.
Amazingly well ventilated, I assure you. Yeah, good night, Jeff. Yeah, since the shed is still in production, like, I can do whatever I want. I haven't even fully built out the soffits yet, so I will be including ventilation and all of that jazz. No stress. Yeah, heating. I was thinking about. There's a few different options. I'm kind of thinking about doing radiant because you can get like a radiant mat that's about the same size or roughly the same size as the interior of my shed to put
Mhm.
down. It uses a fraction of the electricity that uh, any other kind of heater, like an oil
Right. Yeah,
radiator
or even radiator. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
or
say.
any of those things. Yeah, or a baseboard or any of those things, right? So, because it's just going to dry the air out too. But using radiant too, it's not going to pull a lot of air or not going to pull a lot of power, and it'll keep things casual. It's just making sure that the flow is right. That I've got good, uh, you know, positive, negative, and that I'm not getting any like sweats.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, it's a shed, so it's not. It's not like your house, right? Like ventilating it's a lot easier. Shit, if you really wanted to, you run a box fan out and leave the door open. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
Yeah,
gonna,
exactly. Like I've got a
You're not
window.
gonna do anything.
Like
Yeah, right.
I'm there, window and a door. It's all you need,
Yeah.
really.
It's not. It's not like in the middle of your living room. Like, shit. How do I get this out of here?
Yeah, exactly. But if I want to keep it like temperature tight, but still allow for ventilation, there you just have to think about it a little bit. It's nothing I'm foreign to for sure. The shed has great bones. Thank you, Manny. Especially since like I tightened it all up. Holy cow, is it strong now? There was a while there where everything was nailed together. So like because so on the shore, so we nailed everything together before any screws were applied, so that you have the strength and the flex of a nail before you go for that rigid hard point of a screw. Because a screw will break off, but a nail will bend and move. And I'm on the shore, so the thing's gonna have to move, or it's gonna break. We'll get you get them down there too, I'm sure, Paul. Maybe not necessarily where you are, but like on the shore, we'll get like a day where it's just like 25-mile-an-hour wind all day long, just like constant, with like 30
Well,
to
we
40
get
mile
we
an hour
get like
gusts and shit.
I mean, that's pretty high for sustained. But I get obviously we have hurricanes and a lot of storms, and but we get like real quick bands, especially in the summer. Like you'll get a band of really heavy rain. It comes with a lot of wind as well, so you'll get a gust, no problem, up to 25, 30, something like that. That's no big deal. So yeah, not sustained, but just those.
Yeah, we had a system that ran
blow
through
through
here.
storms.
There was like a day long or more that where it was like.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like
trees.
I'm talking like an hour, 15 minutes even sometimes. Like, I mean, if you guys have ever seen pictures of like where people in Florida are driving down the street and you could like see rain, no rain on either side. Yeah. And sometimes you'll just get like a real heavy blow through storm. And
oh yeah. Yeah. The tropics are so fun for that.
yeah. In the summer, like it'll get to a point, especially June, July time, where every day at like 4:00, you're getting a thunderstorm for 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. And it's almost like a reprieve from all the heat of the day. And that like
it is, but then it gets so humid after that, like you're still like, nah, fuck going outside. I'm not going outside.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not doing it. You can't make me.
No, but I'm with you, Paul, on the air conditioning. Like I'm with it. Like I prefer a conditioned temperature.
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't
it? Keep it cool.
What's up? What's up, Petty Cakes? What's going on tonight? We have been talking a whole lot of stuff.
Typical BS.
Mostly, yeah. Talked a little bit of BS about the Kshatriya, not too much. Talked about oh shit, not my head. Talked about Medding's book for the models for Ukraine. If you once again, if you guys haven't gotten a chance to go and check it out, please check it out. Inside the Armor. You can search it on the Googles, and the amazing. All it says Meddings is B51 or sorry, BF 109. So good. Oh geez, look at this. Who is this one? Who did this? Christoph Fulnichik. Does like tank work. Just the detail, the care, all the amazing skills that go into it. Will's fucking caterpillar.
Yeah, I like that one.
so good. But yeah, check it out. All proceeds go to charity. It's good shit. We talked a little bit about. I got this thing from Chris Collins. He bestowed this upon me, and I accept the challenge gratefully because it kicks ass, and I'm super excited to build something different. It's always good to build different shit. And then I talked a little bit about Battle of the Bulge.
We had a quick history lesson.
A little history lesson. Talked about some stuff from the Ardennes. Yeah. Paul, we talked about Formula One.
Yep. Battle of Puebla.
We talked about football stadium size. It's a little bit of everything. The workbench is fast and loose sometimes, and also slow and deliberate at other times.
Yeah, we're just we're just here to give our opinions.
I talked about how some of the fucking detail on this resin Kshatriya is so
not great.
painful that it's going to take me a very long time to make it what I want it to be, and I'm incredibly comfortable with that. I'm not in a rush to try and like race through this kit. It can be easy to get like, oh, I got to do this, and then just get really focused on it, and then become almost obsessed with the project, and I don't want that. And this model needs so much love and affection. Like, there's these little like details that are, that they're meant to be like metal insert details, but like on this side they're like at one height, and then on the other side they're at a different height. So like, for example, you can see this detail right here. Come on, camera. Right there. You can see it, right? You can see how this one
circle.
by my right by my index finger here. That one is almost flat to the surface. And you can see this other one over here at the base is recessed
quite a bit, yeah.
Right? Oh, and you can see where I had to fill this well with super glue because that shit was just abhorrent. So then we go to the other side, and now you can see here that's recessed.
And then the bottom one doesn't look like it.
is proud. It sticks out. But you can also see here the detail on this like piping is just gross. Look how gross that is. Right? Like,
yeah,
all that stuff is pretty
super
gross.
tough to clean up too.
Right? And in here, same deal. Real gross, real loose, real fast. It looks like
you're looking at those details around where you filled, like all those circular minus mold details. Like, not all of them are circular.
They're not at all. No. And that's the thing. Like, so what I think that I'm going to end up really honestly having to do, I'm going to source a bunch of details, and then I'm going to amend this. Like, I've gone through and I've done some chasing on some of the scribing, like to kind of like tighten it up. Like, I got this is pretty tight here. This one right here, this little line right here, that's pretty tight. But I mean, you can see it's still a little chalky. And I'd like try to tighten this one up too. That's not too bad. Right here, that's not too bad. But like some of these other ones, they're just fucking. And then all these minus details. Like, you're right. So I'm gonna source and order supplies, and then go back and like the vents, like these ugly vents. What is this? Come on, focus for me, friend. There you go. See how bad that stuff is?
So different looking from left to right there.
And this one, like, I spent like 20 minutes on this one trying to clean it up and chisel it out and make it a proper shaped thing. And I didn't really get anywhere positive. Like I got somewhere with it, but it's just like it isn't what I want it to be, and it's faster for me to go in with my rotary and etch it out and put in a new piece that I scratch built or I source. So that's I think what's going to be going down with this thing. That's my dilemma. That's the many dilemmas. Some pieces turn out good. Like this cod piece turned out fucking great.
Yeah.
Like some pieces clean up okay. So it's not everything is going to be that way. But some of it will be.
I mean, we haven't had resin news in quite a long time, but I think I've seen. Was it Chris that sent us the pictures of a newer resin Kshatriya coming out?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he did.
I can't remember.
Everyone say resin 3 times.
I don't know if we can summon Chris. That's a mighty challenge.
No, probably
You
not.
have to
but
try and get your chance to go through the cries of a hungry baby.
But I believe he sent something. I'll maybe I can go back. Find it probably not.
All I remember is the Dom.
Yeah, the 51.
Mm-hmm.
That does look good. Yeah, I think the Kshatriya is going to be too far back for me to look through.
Dude, I know. That's the thing. It's like so far back.
Oh, there he is. He just sent it.
Hey, this guy. Thanks, Chris. It's a VN cast. At AVN cast? At VN cast? NZ666. VN cast coming soon. Yeah, VN cast. There it is. Authorized dealer.
Let me see if I can find it on the interwebs here.
Galaxy Hobby is the authorized dealer. Coming soon. It's mighty. I am glad that I changed those thrusters out on the front, though. Effect parts on the chest with the ones from the Gushin. It was a good choice. Just kind of fucking winging that shit. Sometimes that's how you gotta do it. What's up, Michael Dawson? How's it going? Yeah, this is a whole lot of model. It's a whole lot of model. Pew! The thing is, like a lot of the shit that I'm looking at that I want to repair is stuff that isn't necessarily going to be seen. But I don't care. And I would much rather it be perfect. Because you never know. Someday. That's why you always wear clean underwear. You never know where you're going to get hit by a bus.
Galaxy Hobby.
Oh, man. Some of the surface stuff on this, though. But this piece. Some of these pieces are okay, and then there's some. Oh man, like how the fuck am I gonna clean that up? Like that's what I do. I look at it like, oh, that looks pretty good. I'm like, oh fuck, what about that? So this is the inside of the side skirt, right? And if I can get it to focus, there you go. So you can see most of the detail looks pretty good until you look at the surface texture. Right? Look at the surface texture of the smooth parts that are in relief. It is not smooth. It is an inside curve. that is like so very small. Hey. Just be like, Fanguli, I'm just gonna paint it. Forget about it. No, no, no. This is me. And not going to skip it. It's just gonna take time and patience. I'm gonna play a lot of Guns N' Roses. Ooh yeah.
Let me-
Oh man, you can see where they were like sanding the master to like try and get the shapes right. It's wild. I was just listening to what's the scale model podcast they were talking about? No, yeah, I think it was. They were talking about some of the resin kits, and this res kit was like you can see where they took the original molded model and then like just kind of like ground stuff away or added stuff to it. And that's kind of what I'm looking at here. It's like they were like, we're gonna like add this extra thing here and this extra thing here, and they kind of like half-assed it. Oh, wait, let's see if we can get it.
There we go. You guys see that now?
That's my face. That's still my face. This isn't what I want. Hang on. We'll make it. Wait a minute. I'll make it. I'll make it happen. I can make it happen. I can't make it happen. I suck. You would need to. How can we do this? Oh, because it's your vertical layout.
Oh, is it super vertical?
Yeah.
Yeah, the screen is vertical.
Gotcha.
Hold on, give me a sec. I can switch that. That's not a big deal. Share screen, and I'll share this one.
It's Paul again. Better. Wait, do we lose you, Paul? No, your mic is hard muted. Give you a second to come back around. So wow, that thing is awesome.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the sleeve markings on there. Which look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just a overall picture. I mean, you're not getting a whole lot out of this, but
actually, you do. If you are building one already, you can see a lot of stuff. Like I can see a lot of differences and subtleties.
Again, lots of
Oh, we lost
this.
Okay.
Yeah, my mic keeps cutting in and out. I don't know why when I have this screen open like this. But you can see a whole lot of detail. Looks really sharp too from this picture. But
oh yeah,
these are renderings
too. The difference in the binders. There's a lot of difference in the head shape. Is a lot longer than the Neocast. Those shoulders are a bit more blocky. And that fin itself is also much much more pronounced.
Yep.
There is a funky detail in the chest which I like. Right where the hatch is, right in the center there. I like that. That's a lot of coolness.
Yeah. So
you can see a lot of extra detail. This is the front skirt.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is the front skirt. I'll just Tabs is like switch to my workbench camera, but I don't have it adjusted. Yeah. So you can see this. There are some details on this, but not the same as was implied in that kick-ass resin example. Pretty swanky. This is 1/100. You can get this. There's a couple on eBay. They're like $250. Don't go for it. They're the new one. I don't know. Pab says it ain't out yet. But I'm guessing it's a coming. Let's see. I was going to put on the lamest background music available. Just for you. Just for you guys. Let's see. I haven't started on the Phantom yet. Which is fine. There is plenty of time for the build. The model is pretty complex. I want to make sure that I have enough like space designated for it, which is why I'll probably end up putting the Kshatriya on this back burner for a while. But I've been really stoked on the build and the detail of this Zukimura kit. I just need to figure out 100% how I want to paint it, because I can do whatever the hell I want because it's my world. So the way that it's destined to be painted is in a awesome camo style, which I love camo for sure. But you know me, I can't help but play around. What's up, Doga? Petty says, I've got the 144 in a box, waiting to get some plot plate and scribe skills up so you can try to make resin kit level details on it for the high grade Kshatriya. I built the high grade repair Kshatriya a while back, a few years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It's been a while. I can't remember. Pandemic fucked my brain up. So it was an interesting build. I was building a lot of unicorn kits at that time. It's just the way it happened to work out. And I thought it was a fun build. It does have a lot of room for you to add in that detail. And there's a bunch of cool fun parts to it. So look forward to seeing what you do. Looking for the repaired for 6 months. Really? I have one. It's just built. Chilling. Unless you really felt like you needed to build it. In which case I can't help you out. And I already used a bunch of the regular parts. The extra parts that came with it, so I could only really get you hooked up with the base model. That's what it was. Just finished. Dugo says she just finished a super late dinner. That is 10:30. It is incredibly late. I hope that it was wonderful. Sometimes eating a late dinner is good. Sometimes the late dinners are the best dinners for whatever reason. I've had a bunch of late dinners that are very, very delicious. Colleen and I, when we take our cruises, when we were able to go on vacation, we would do the late dinner, like 8 o'clock or later. And yeah, some of those meals are just fucking stellar. And I don't know if that's just because the wait staff is also loaded, but it's a great time, to say the very least. This Kshatriya, back on that subject, the binders are interesting. I'm kind of curious. I'm familiar with heavy assemblages and how to support them. I am curious about this for obvious reasons. Is that just surface map? How does that fit in there? I don't know. Because that is for... Oh. See, what I did there was I forgot to think about all of the shit that goes together. Can't forget about any shit. Words to live by. Don't forget about shit. But see, now does this look like that piece? I guess it does. I guess it does. I was looking at trying to fit this matrix looking fucking part here into this other similarly matrix looking part here for the binders. And I couldn't get them to sit together because there's some shit that goes between them. Read the instructions, right, Paul?
Never. What are those?
Never, always.
More like
Especially
guidelines.
Or like, especially for resin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Read the picture that shows
yeah.
two pieces unidentified going together.
Guesstimate the picture. These instructions that I've got here, they're pretty good. The combination of like what I got hooked up from Pabs and then what Jeff sent through, I've got some pretty good. But like, I don't even know, man. Someone's gonna be like, "What?" Yeah, that goes.
Some of the directions you have are from a different kit, right? They're from the original.
They're from the original, yeah. So I have original directions, and then I have the directions that came with the kit itself. So how does that fit? Or is that upside down? Wait, let's see. What? Okay, this goes this way. And that way. Oh, and that's what that is. Okay, cool. And okay. This is riveting, I realize.
A+ entertainment.
So how the fuck does that work? Motherfuckers. It is some... Oh, what the fuck? Is that an air bubble? Jesus Christ. That's gonna be fun. That's cool. It's all part of the game. What's up?
Said a lot of imperfections in the resin surface outside of
man.
just the molding mistakes, but
That's just part of the game, my friend. But yes, and that's okay. Oh, wait a second. Does that plug into there? Supposedly, without any fucking indication on the instructions. This is why I'm going through the brain work on this, and I'm writing it all down, and I'm gonna send it all to Jeff before he tries to build his. You know, I'll put it on ScaleMates, and everybody can fucking have it. I don't care, because this model is on there, but all it has is the title card picture of the model, and no information at all on the model whatsoever in regards to construction pitfalls, anything, part count, quality, anything at all. So I should just go ahead and be a community fucking guy. Do the community guy thing, guy, eh? Hey, guy.
do the right thing.
Fucking community guy shit, eh? Jeepers creepers. Some of these cast parts are so thin.
Patty Cake's been looking for the repaired for 6 months.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I said that I've got one that I built.
I have the regular one, I think. And
He's got the regular one. chilling. Yeah, he's working on waiting on it, just chilling for the right till the comfortability level is high enough and the materials are at hand, which I completely understand and respect. Because while it is awesome to be excited about a project, it is rather impetuous to just really run at that thing, blast off style, full speed at the wall. You got to make sure you have to know where the studs are in the wall so that you can go through the sheetrock. Otherwise, it will be a short run. Hey, did you see the model I'm working on that I tagged you in on Twitter? Of course I did.
What's that?
I liked it right away. He is working on a non-Gundam model of and it's my brain is potato. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was the quad mounted on the back of what is that exactly? He says it's a 56 Mazda T2000, and it's like a 3-wheeled long bed truck with a fucking quad mounted 50 cal on the back of it, which is fucking awesome. It only has 2 legs, which is dumb. I'm one of them.
Seems practical. I'm
gonna retweet this. I'm gonna quote tweet this. I'm gonna say, "Hey y'all," because I'm from Iowa still, even though I don't sound like it.
Hey y'all.
This what am I going to call it?
For shooting down Gundams. Okay. You doing like a diorama or just a model? Is this 3-wheeled Mazda?
It's amazing. It is literally amazing. I'm calling it a beautiful monstrosity.
Okay. I think I found the model kit. That's interesting. Pretty cool styling. I like it. First non-mecha model. Just the model and probably a small base. All right, cool. It's a nice mashup, man. Mazda T600, I'm guessing that's the one. Funky little car. That reminds me, have you ever watched the show Top Gear? Like the original one with the British guys?
Yeah.
They had this episode where the guy's driving in a 3-wheel car and it has like a propensity to flip or like to tilt. And I'm sure that, they probably put little wheels so that like training wheels for this car, but they didn't have them on. So he's, just goes into his corner and the thing just tips over and slides. They did it like a couple of times over, just driving through city streets.
Just high-siding.
It's so strange.
And
yeah, like shit, not again. And he just gets out, and like the car's so light, he just flips it back over.
Yeah, right. They're like fiberglass body and all that.
Yeah,
awesome.
I don't even. It's like the thinnest aluminum you could get. Or it's probably, I'm sure it's actually steel, but it's such thin stamped steel that it doesn't weigh anything.
Or aluminum. Oh no, aluminum's expensive.
Yeah, aluminum's and hard to build something like that with.
I almost would think fiberglass, but who knows? Fuck, could be wood. Plywood. Horse-drawn carriage with 3 wheels. Not even, man.
You just Flintstone it.
Yeah, no,
like
it's
what's the little kid car? You know, the red one with the yellow top on top, like the cozy coupe.
yeah, for Little Tykes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 3-wheeled cozy coupe
Wild
for adults.
It's like
probably got like a weed whacker engine in it.
Oh my god, definitely 2-stroke for sure.
Yeah,
but it's a big one.
It's a big 2-stroke.
Yeah, it's like a 350cc 2-stroke. So it's really only like a 125, but like,
so like the car, you could physically see the car moving every time it fires.
Yeah, because it just shakes. So much.
Really pushing it. We're at 300 RPMs.
No, they can handle that. A little one like that could totally handle 300. Man, you'd be hard pressed to not let it go 14. Like, this little engine. It's like not even big cylinders, just small cylinders. They're not big. It's like a dirt bike engine in a truck. Just the torque's worked out so that it like runs real high, but the gearing is real low, so it can keep going. Oh, fucking Christ! I love it. the
I'll take
world run on 2-stroke motors. Oh no, not at all. Highly inefficient.
They got like those really, really old ones that they used to power like industrial machines with. It's like tut, 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 tut.
Oh yeah, like a thresher.
Yeah.
Like, massive machines. Incredible torque. Tear a building apart. A half a mile an hour top. That's it.
We're moving.
At best, downhill in the rain, soaking wet, like half a mile an hour.
You're gunning it, and someone's just walking by you.
Yeah, I think wasn't like the first automobile was a steam driven, or the first like kind of automobile was a steam driven, like almost like a tractor, but it was steam driven. And
yeah, I mean, I know.
The guy that piloted
early.
It's like the guy that piloted it lost control of it, and it like crashed into a building, destroying the building because it was so massive. It was only going like a third of a mile an hour or something like that, but because it was like unstoppable.
Well, think about those early like steam engine cars. They had a boiler. Like there was fire on the car and steam. Not safe things.
No. But they would probably also think that like an internal combustion engine is not exactly safe. But that's just because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
We understand what they were doing and how dangerous it was.
Yes. Pretty large scale danger.
Right, like a steam engine on a train is like really just a big cylinder of compressed gas. Right? And it slowly gets released out through solenoids that push the wheels, right? And they build a big fire with a furnace, and then it just boils all this water, and all that is a big pressure tank on the front of the train. Like, Judas, how dangerous is that?
But cool. I guess it's cool. It's cool, right? So
no, yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah,
no lie.
It's funny how often, as the danger level, the coolness level goes up. At the same time.
Yeah,
they often are correlated.
Well, it's not all like Doc Brown and Marty McFly, like it's not all Miss Clara and Eastwood Ravine.
It's cool stuff, though.
Yeah, I like science. I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Right before I left, I showed that Kshatriya. So thank you, Chris, for sending those photos back. He had sent that to the group kind of a week or two ago, and I thought it was really cool, but we didn't get a chance to share it. And obviously, without him being on, we haven't done resin news in quite a while, but just a little tidbit for you guys. And that's shared via Chris. I just copied it. So a little bit of proxy resin news there. I have no idea when it's going to come out. I have no idea how expensive it is, and I have no idea how you'll get one, but it looks cool.
Paul's just teasing it.
Yeah, just hype, man.
What's up, Greg?
Get it. I don't know how, but get it. What's going on, Craig?
It looks good, and like honestly, if it is available enough, I'll probably get one.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a whole lot of even resin Kshatriyas. That's not really been like a big release. I mean, I know
Really,
what was that? Maybe a year or two ago, they had the metal build one, the Steel Legend or something, but
right.
Not,
Well, then there
I
was
doubt
another
many of
one
us
that was
are
out
into metal
too.
builds.
Didn't fucking Justinius get one? That was like the who got one? No, I think it was
Is it
Justinius.
A figure or a kit?
One of those ones that's kind of like both, where it's like a big ass one that you were talking about. You were thinking about.
Chris, rest up, man. Get better. Huh?
I said, weren't you talking about getting one? Same one, similar thing. It was like a specific Kshatriya. It was like, I don't think it was 1 to 100. I think it was like maybe even 1 to 72nd. But it was like it comes in a big shit. You put it together. It's already like painted and basically done up.
You're talking about the Ellen?
Ellen. Yes.
Oh yeah, the Ellen.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, the frame's put together and all the parts are cut out and put in like trays. That's insanely hard to find though right now. It's 1 to 100.
Oh, it's also 1 to 100.
Stupid hard to find. So Ellen was just Mechanicore before Mechanicore.
Oh, straight up. Cool. Yeah, man, the Ziegler. One of these days, I'll get one.
You will find it.
These days. It's cool. I almost have enough space to work on some of my cool, larger models. So let's work on those baby steps. What I need to really do is I need to gut renovate my bathroom, my house. And that is like a very high concern for this coming year.
Sounds like fun.
It is a little bit fun, a fair amount disgusting, a healthy amount of stress, and a barely decent hit to the pocketbook. But there's a little bit of fun in there. So, and I'm lucky enough that I can do most of that stuff. So,
yeah,
without too much trouble. And my good friend Andre, who is actually from Ukraine, he also is the other half and can figure the rest of that shit out, or has like the experience. That between the two of us, fuck yeah, we can totally rebuild the sewer stack. No problem. Easy. It's just out. It just flows out. So you just got to get the right parts and put them together in the right order. It's easy. Paul's like, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anyone.
I'm sure it's on YouTube how to do it,
I have.
It probably is. I jest, but it probably is.
I have books. I have books, man. I have like, I have the code books from a handful of years ago, but the code can't have changed that much for those specific things. So like, yeah, I've got the residential and commercial code books, so I can at least go through and make sure that we're checking off the P's and Q's. And
this is waiting on the Genesic Gao Gai Gar.
Yeah, Gao Gai Gar.
I probably butchered that. Kit coming out soon. I'm not familiar with that is at all. I don't know.
You literally
what that
did
means.
not. You literally.
I don't know. Who is this?
Genesic Gao Gai Gar. To the internet.
Oh, it's like super robots kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looks like
some of the fucking like
looks like a Thunder Zord.
Logans are huge.
Oh, Gurren Lagann stuff is it's also super weird.
Like there's some Gurren Lagann that are like that's bigger than the fucking universe. Like
everyone like that was a highly touted mecha anime, and I did not care for it at all.
I haven't watched it.
It didn't interest me. Michael says he thinks he's going to start his model bingo kit tonight. I need something to keep me awake until 5 or 6 in the morning. I don't know why you want to stay up till 5 or 6 in the morning, but I think you should start that. Unless you're working overnight, then I apologize. I can relate to that struggle.
Earlier today, my wife sent me a photo of myself from a year ago today. It is not an impressive photo.
Night shift guy. I got you, man.
Martin
I can
Kovac.
I can relate. I've done the night shift. No fun.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm a night shift guy. So I was thinking Martin Kovac, night shift modeler on YouTube. My bad.
No,
what you're talking about.
Michael Dawson works the night shift, 6p to 6a.
Yeah, no. Straight up. I've totally done that. I pulled all sorts of shifts. Like, yeah, that third shift. Pulling swings, working truss manufacturing. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. No.
Nope.
Oh, was it good though? Something weird about working in that overnight shift, right? Like,
yeah,
I was doing like manufacturing, but like, what are you doing, Michael Dawson? I can't remember what his exact line is. What were you doing when you were working that shift, Paul?
I was a water plant operator.
Oh, okay.
At the time, so I used to work for a little while. We worked in 8-hour shifts. So it was you have 8 to 4, like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4 p.m. to midnight, and midnight to 8 a.m. And I worked all 3 in a week as like part of my schedule. That wasn't fun. I couldn't tell you what day it was on any given time. And then I got rid of the 8 to 4, so I worked a mixture of 4 to 12 and midnight to 8s. But not so much fun. I'm assuming he's from home because he's able to build something like that, or he's got a real, like a space he can work in.
You may have a space. I remember when I was working at the metal shop, I was able to build on my brakes and do stuff, and like actually it was pretty tight for a while there. I was able to run pressure casts while I was on the clock. They were like chill with what I was doing. So every hour I could go and recycle the pressure pot and throw another patch of molds into it to make parts back when I was running tests and trying to figure out the full city.
The only thing fun about my night shifts are the old guys dancing to metal. I mean, the part that was nice about mine is I was alone. So, it was nice to be, and we had like, cable TV, internet, all that kind of stuff, but work rotating shifts. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh shit. I forgot I used to work retail. I did overnight retail too. And then like super duper early morning, overnight stocking. And then there's some wild stuff. Some crazy fun stuff happens. People just cut loose.
The rotating shifts are tough, man. I would rather almost get stuck. I would rather have a that kind of rotation. So you have like Kelly days and stuff. Got you. I thought you meant when you meant rotating, I thought you meant this couple of weeks you work nights and then the next couple of weeks you work days. I would rather
we had
stay on like a crappy night shift than rotate. You know what I mean? Like, no, just leave me alone.
No, we had that at the truss manufacturing spot where it was rotating. And it was like you would work every third week, you worked that overnight shift. And then you would have 2 weeks where you were working another shift, and then you would have 2 weeks back on that overnight. And it was mandatory overtime as well. We were running. So that was weird. Working, not terrible. It was only like 46 hours or 48 hours. So we were working
6 or 8 hours more.
Yeah, it was wild. Pulling the extra duty. Yeah, and then dude started getting fucked up. Guy cut his finger off. like, yeah, you're just trying to push these young kids to not. I mean, they were younger than me. Like, you know, on different shifts. Not my shift. My guys were all fine. I was the only person that ever got hurt on my shift. That's because I was trying to do too much.
It's all fun and games till someone cuts their finger off.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I hit myself real hard in the hand with a hammer. But
doesn't feel good either. Wrong nail.
I missed the nail. It was good though. I hit it real good. Real good. Got strong bones though. Grateful. Still lost my job. Tis the way of the world.
We don't have mandatory OT unless our numbers are down.
Our numbers weren't down. I was pulling steady 125% productivity. All my numbers were top. I made everybody mad because my crew was so in tune.
I didn't have anything like that. It was just do this for 8 hours and go home. It wasn't like there's no numbers to it. I mean, there's numbers to it, but it's not a production thing like that.
Right. Yeah, like Michael Dawson, like I said, he's spining books.
Yeah.
And, yeah. We were making trusses, making roofs. So
yeah, I guess I wasn't when I did that job, I wasn't building gunpla at the time, but it would have been I probably could have definitely brought plastic kits and had plenty of time to like probably build a master grade a night, but I didn't know back then, so I was watching Netflix instead.
Oh yeah, deadass. No, I didn't have any of those. I abandoned all of my fabrication hobbies because I was building for a job, and I was focusing on. At that time, I think I was focusing on drinking ginger brandy and oil painting. So I was working on my my oil painting skills, getting my luminescence and my depth down. But
having a piece of hot slag pop you under the eye.
Not under the eye, luckily. I've gotten like on top up here. The worst for me, I still have a fucking scar for it. Through a brand new pair of shoes, in through my sock, and burned into the top of my foot. And I still have like a 1/4-inch circle scar where a piece of hot slag. I was welding overhead, doing this like sculptural thing for some fucking art bullshit. Welcome to New York. And yeah, man.
Got a little drip.
Dude, no, there was so many. There were so many. And I was like kicking them off and like kicking them out of everything, like get them inside my shirt, shit, like trying to pop and get rid of them. I mean, even with sleeves, it doesn't matter. And yeah, just wearing sneakers because like fuck boots. Boy, I feel your pains, Thomas Dan. And so anyways, I'm trying to get a welder. Not trying actively. I'm going to though. It is on the radar. It's on the horizon.
Shed welder.
Dude, I'm so excited. Like TIG welding is so fun. Y'all don't even know. You're like fusing metal with electricity. It is amazing. It's actually a plasma arc. Wild.
Who thought of that the first time around, right?
Dude, actually, no, because it wasn't like, obviously that's just like refined down to the point where like, how can we get the finest, hottest point, is through doing what they're currently doing. Well, there's other things that are even finer, but like my end, hobby end is, low key.
Yeah.
But, originally it was like two things, get them kind of hot, and then get another thing that is more malleable and push it in between them to get hot and sticky and sticks them.
Yeah.
It's braising, right? Braising, and then like a lower end of that or a higher end of that, soldering, which is more refined in a way, soldering with flux and proper fillers and rods and stuff like that, which is a lead into welding. But then like that's a side thing. So yeah, braising first, and then that's actually a very viable method for attaching metals to each other, especially if you're dealing with like a cast iron in any sort of form. We had an incident where we had an old milling machine from 1909 or something like that. Like it was incredibly old. It was all cast in the side of it, and something happened where we had cracked, or there was a crack in the Z and up and down, and so we fixed it by brazing the cracked parts, back together with bronze, like pure bronze or silicone bronze, in with the cast iron, and then chasing the threads, and then just got the action working, and it was perfectly good. It worked fine, for what it was worth, which is pretty amazing. But like, then you get into forge welding. I don't need to go into the science of it all.
You ever seen like an old cars to seam seal? They used to use lead. They would things you'd have like two pieces, two body panels together, and then they would just heat up lead and work
like
it way down,
like
and then
iron. It looks
iron.
It's a soldering iron.
They like heat it up, and then that piece that was shaped like iron was just used to like spread it out,
smooth
and
it,
make it as thin as as smooth and thin as possible, so that it was less body work when it was done. But
let's like killer.
Melting lead.
Yeah, dude,
That was great for everybody.
Don't even get me started. No, I used to wrap tables in tin for people and then patina them. So I would have like a wooden shape that the guys would be like, here's some rolls of like, galvanized steel or whatever that you need to like roll out flat and then cut it around and get it all trimmed, and then get a sheared strip, and then go through and solder the entirety of the whole entire edge all the way around, like melting in lead solder, and then like brush all that down, and then add patina to that, and then brush all that shit down and work it all out to make it all fancy. I wasted my whole life doing that shit. It feels like it, but it's actually like it's an incredible process, and I feel like I've learned a lot having to do all that stuff. But it's wild to like break it down now, because I never thought about it at the time. It's just like 1,000 processes, and I only got paid like, I don't know, like $19 an hour to do that shit. Like getting sold for $70,000-$80,000. That's called capitalism.
Yeah.
So many people are like, why don't you open your own finishing shop elsewhere? I'm like, because it's too much fucking work, man. I fucked myself over. C'est la vie.
Yeah. You live and you learn.
Oh, absolutely. I will warn anyone. If you're thinking about it, come talk to me. 16 years in the trenches.
Don't work for the man.
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of cool shit, and I experienced a lot of cool stuff. I saw a lot of amazing things, and visited a lot of places that normal people don't really necessarily get to visit, like intimately, which is cool. So it wasn't all bad. I just like did some things where I compromised myself, probably unduly. I probably could have bitched a bit more and been a little bit more of a squeaky wheel and got more pay out of stuff, but whatever. I wasn't worried about it at the time. It is like this. You get one life to live, so try your best to live it the best you can. bitching about it after the fact, it doesn't get you anywhere.
Bitch before.
Bitch during and get paid better. Good fun. Speaking of doing work, getting paid, and delivering, I need to get Sam Ungawa his model. Manny got his, and he paid, and Ungawa needs to get his. I have this other friend, Action Awesome, who is super duper hyped. He got the Barbatos for it. He wants an expanded kit, which I have for him. Just haven't gotten around to sending it. I just haven't made the instructions because that is like, honestly, I'm fucking intimidated by it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know that it is this. Well, it is potentially as simple as photographing all of the components in number, and then kind of like relating them to their replacement, right? Or to right.
Yeah,
So photographing the replacement and then relating them to the part. So because this build is very straightforward. I mean, I think it's very straightforward because I've built the fucking thing inside out, upside down, backwards, forwards. I have all the parts memorized. I can like literally imagine them in my head, and I built this in 2018. That's obsession. But yeah, so like I need to get that shit to them. And I need to get those instructions together. I need to overcome this hurdle, this thing that's holding me back, you know? It's wild.
It's I'm sure you want the instructions to look relatively good as well.
I want them to be the best they can be. I want there to be no questions, you know? And I honestly would like to, now that I'm gonna, I'll have the shed again, and I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna finish Julius's project. That is amazing. I'm super stoked to do that. He's and has been trying to work with me on this for almost a year and a half now. That is awesome. I'm going to be able to, depending on how climate controlled I can get the shed to be, I can pull my molds out of storage and bring those in the rotocasting stuff out here to do that stuff. If I wanted to get back into making large scale 1-to-1 props of things. I don't know if I want to do that, but I could. It just depends if the dollar dues are there.
Yeah.
I had a guy, a friend of mine, in the industry, in the fabrication industry or the renovation industry, contacted me. He's doing a church in Newburgh that is a full reno of a 200-year-old church, so really old. And he needed plaster finials, partially just cast, some rebuilt and cast, and then I think one fully sculpted. And I wanted to do it, but I just couldn't because the time ran out. He contacted me last year in October, and I was looking at like 2 weeks, 3 weeks before it froze, and I would have to do everything that I could out on the back deck. At that time was like the area we had to access was super small. Now it's huge because we've it's all cleaned out. All this time has passed and all that shit. But I had to turn the job down, and that sucked because that's like I have to turn down money on something that I genuinely enjoy: sculpture, mold making, casting.
That's pretty cool.
Like stuff that I know really fucking well, especially simple fucking plaster finials, like architectural replications of some shit. Of course I can do that shit backwards and forwards, like in my sleep. Oh man, I hate that shit. I hate missing out on money. I need money. That's how I buy stuff. Think these beers are free?
That's how you buy more models.
Indeed. I'll buy models to give away eventually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if I should have said that earlier when I was talking about liquidating some of my backlog. I'm gonna sell that shit at fucking sticker value. I'm not gonna charge market rate. That stuff's dumb. No, what it cost when it was made. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not gonna sell anything that's like incredibly rare. So,
Yeah.
there's
It's
no-
crazy
yeah.
though now, man. Like sometimes those, especially like the really weird ones are like a regular master grade that just happens to be out of print, or even a high grade. I guess I don't know. I just don't look at them very often. But you know, you find
Dude,
something
yeah.
that's like a $40 kit, and now it's like 200. You're like, why? This
I know.
isn't
Insane.
rare. It just happens to be out of print right now.
Yep. No, that's true.
It's crazy. Those are the ones that are kind of hard to swallow. You're like, I'm not going to spend that much on that kit. What are you talking about?
Oh, right. Yeah. But there are people out there that are like, man, I really want that kit. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I've
with
definitely overpaid for things. Like, I generally just try to think of it as whatever the value is to me, not whatever the sticker value is. But it's just hard on something. You're like, I saw that, 3 months ago on Amazon for $40.
At Barnes and Noble, I saw a stack of them. People were kicking them. Like, what the hell? Now I can't get one anywhere. It's Gym Sniper 2. For example.
Yeah, then they were like 90. I was like, well, I should have bought like 20 of them.
Dude, I know when they were trying to sell them on sale for like $19.99 or some shit. It's like,
yeah.
geez,
I
really?
remember USA Gundam Store, like one of their Christmas things. They were like $24 or something like that.
Mad cheap. Yeah, I'm thinking like the Barnes and Noble like mega like just trying to get rid of stuff. They bought a bunch and they were like, we're gonna get a whole pallet of these. This is gonna sell like hotcakes, and then they sold a bunch, but then like a whole pallet is a lot of kits.
Yeah, but it happens often. And there's some you just can't get anymore, like the O. I mean, I don't know where you get that kit anymore.
No. Yeah, and there's some that I passed on buying that I almost wanted. Like, what is the one that is similar to the O, but it's different? It's like the, and it's not even made by Bandai. It's made by like another model, not Max Factory, but like another one of those like old school model kits. Huge. Like the fuck. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can see it's a similar color to the O. And similar style, like that KotoKai style. I think that's the style. No. It's who is it? Oh fuck me. Hang on. I'll look it up. After I swear 1,000 times.
Wave. That's what Chris just said.
Wave. Oh, wave. Let's see. Come on, asshole phone. I need a new phone. Like, it is killing me. Yeah, I know. It's a fun one. Interesting. So, as I'm scrolling through some of these dumb fucking images here, these idiot asshole models, I'm seeing some kits from Titanfall. Are there Titanfall models?
I think there were. Yeah, I don't know if they're models or
Are they
figures.
Toys? Yeah. I wondered about that as well. See a lot of the same thing. It's the best way to search for anything is to randomly plug in a couple of words and then image search control. It's the highest efficiency, clearly. Saw a dude on Reddit trying to sell the Re 100 Hamma Hamma for 130. Didn't say think it was gouging? That's ridiculous. You're looking for Xeon kits. I got some Xeon kits. I don't have any AOZ kits. Wait. No, not that I'm willing to get rid of. Aha.
Ari Hamma Hamma 130. That was like another right, like $35 to $40 kit when it came out.
I think it was a little. I think it was 50 because there's a lot of plastic in that kit.
Yeah, but no frame. So it's a lot of big shell plastic, like two big clam pieces coming together. Like the whole shield is like four parts. It's not. Yeah.
The Hamma Hamma?
Yeah, because RE. So
yeah, but that's
no
the one that had
frame,
like
it's-
all the effect parts and like had like
It did
all
have a lot
the
of effect
boosters and all the thrusters and all the whole.
But like I remember the big
things,
back
like, all
skirt,
that.
like even though it's got these big, like the outside of the thrusters, it's
thrusters
just two
and
big
all that.
clam pieces stuck together.
Sure. Yeah, there is no framing. You're correct on that. What the fuck? It's like, oh man, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. I mean, not for real. But... Oh. Dash it all. Pelennor.
You say it looks like Theo?
Yeah, it's very similar to the I
don't know.
Shit. It's one of those things where like I feel like I keep getting like closer to it and then I'm like, oh no, I know that's not.
That's not the one.
Fuck.
It's that size as well, that big.
Yeah, it's a pretty beefy, and the kid is like super low, like it's old. And I was gonna buy it for $130 at Toy Tokyo in like 2019.
The Ham at the time was like 45 to 50. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Not big O, you dumbass. Son of a bitch. What else is there similar to it?
It looks like the Hama's 4,500 yen, so roughly $45. Crazy.
Mostly.
Yep, 120 plus now.
I hear ya. I have no idea what the fucking model it is. Well, I guess that's just going to be a mystery that will remain unsolved.
Unsolved model mysteries.
Nice. We'll get the Micro Machines guy to host it though.
He's not busy.
He's not busy now. We are at the 2-hour mark though. Hey, we made it. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, Paul. For this fabulous workbench number Oh, it's actually 141. But
Oh,
I labeled it wrong.
141.
I will edit that. And I didn't say it yet, but yeah, you can go through USA Gundam Score, buy some cool ass models if you want. You can use my code BroBuilder10 to get some discount on your sheet if you want.
And not pay 3 times the markup.
That's true, because they really give you exactly what they can. Because I mean, fuck, man. Anyway, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you next week. We may have another guest hanging out with us that I will have to announce if we do. You'll appreciate it. So thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.